Stephanie Zima here, My Way of Life Coaching. Today I want to talk to you about why online courses don't get implemented. I have been in contact with so many people talking about coaching and mentorship and all kinds of stuff and what they're struggling with and what they're not struggling with and so on and so forth. And, often I come across the comments that, I've already bought so many courses, online courses, and you listen and you learn, and in the end, you don't take action. And that is a really common problem, especially when it comes to personal development. A lot of people are buying information, they're downloading courses, but they never ever do anything about it. And I want to do something about this. Hang on one second. I actually want to really quickly. So sorry. Why is this not doing this now? There we go. Okay, I needed to hit my record button here. Sorry. Okay, so why are online courses not getting implemented? It is because it's not. It feels risky to people. Okay, it's feeling risky to people. It's feeling stressful to absorb more information, because when we have more information, like, yes, on the one side you have desire to get out of your pain point, out of the fact that you are maybe in financial I don't want to say ruin, because a lot of us are not in ruin. We like more money. We are okay. We are cushy, comfortable, right? There's a lot of people that can pay their bills pretty much, but you want more. You want more from life. So that's why you're having maybe a side hustle that you're entertaining or something. In order to do that, though, you need to learn more skills, right? We have the subconscious belief that when we have more skills, when we need to develop more skills, that we need to invest. And what investing means, whether or not it's financially or energetically, that means something different to every single one of us. Okay, some of us are so exhausted. We know we are in pain. We know we need to get more money so we can buy more resources. More money will maybe help you with a cleaning lady, or more money will help you make an Instacart order instead of you having to go shopping yourself. Or more money will ease the pain of letting your kid be with a babysitter while you work for a little bit and have them have a good time while you are not feeling guilty that you're trying to do it all together. Or more money would maybe mean for you to go on a vacation and rest sometimes, or hire a virtual assistant or something, right? So that you need to create more money at some point somewhere, and in order for that you need to have skills. You need to be able to do something, and that's why you've been buying this online course. However, if you haven't made your nervous system your first and foremost focal point, then you are going to miss out in taking the action, because all your nervous system is going to see is more work, less energy, and your pain exhilarating instead of diminishing. Okay, your conscious mind will say, yes, when we have more money we can do extra. When we have more money we can do and relieve all these pain points that I was giving you before. But your energetic system, your body says, oh my word, I'm already exhausted. How can I add more? And if I add more, what else am I going to do with that? And you haven't done all the start preparation that comes from knowing how to actually build an online business. Let me tell you something. I've gone through this. I've gone through the stage, right? When I first started in network marketing, I was very much on board with building a business. I was the one that said, yes, I know exactly what I need to do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to, I could see the mountaintop. I could see the top where I wanted to go. I could see the relief that I would have from making and building a legacy business. I could see that. But then at the same time, I also was not stuck. I loved being a housewife. I loved being a stay-at-home mom. I loved being a mom to my children, right? I loved all of that. And it was hard. It was really, really, really hard to do it all by myself. But I also had always in the back of my mind this fear that what is going to happen when my kids grow up? What was going to happen when my husband was going to retire? What was going to happen to me when the financial blessings that we've had for this time that allowed me to stay home, what would happen if that would be gone? And I knew I needed to do something. I knew I needed to learn. I needed to stay in the business field, in the working world, even though I wanted to be home with my kids, right? And that was putting subconsciously that pressure on me back then, that learning more skills when you are already on survival mode, right, in your life circumstances, is something that it's just too much. But over these years, I have learned that it wasn't really the actual workload that was a problem. It was my nervous system that wasn't clear on, okay, here's lead generation, posting, um, relating to people. How do I want to show up? Who am I as a person? Who am I as a leader? Right? All these things need to show up when you are lead generating, when you're qualifying people, when you bring people into your network, right? We're not even talking sales yet. We are just talking networking. We are talking building consistent relationships. And if you are introverted like me, building relationships can feel so hard. It can feel so hard. And you are already on survival mode. Remember, you are like raising your kids, or you are having another job, and you are doing all kinds of stuff. You are all over the place. You are spread so thin already that trying to develop these skills with the speed feels too threatening to your nervous system. So your nervous system will shut you down. It will offer you tiredness. It will offer you brain fog. It will offer you anxiety. It will offer you confusion. It will offer you burnout. It will offer you procrastination. It will offer you, oh my gosh, there's a gazillion different excuses that I have to have for not doing what I need to do. And it's because it's trying to keep you safe, because if you would add all this stuff on top of you already being in survival mode, you're going to burst, right? Can you see that? Can you see how that is a problem for you? Now, what do you need to do to get what you want, right? Because what you want is that business. What you want is that income that you know consciously is going to help you, right? Not now, not only now, but also in the future. You need those skills. You need that. You need what you needed to learn. That's why you had bought it, because you know that you need to have it. So the trick here will be for you to actually learn how to make these information safe to you. Safe enough that you can actually take the action. How do you do that? By being able to decide what stage you are in right now. Do you need to heal something? Do you have deep-rooted beliefs? Do you have identity issues that you possibly are having to work out? Like if you are a stay-at-home mom, for example, do you see yourself as a businesswoman? Do you see yourself as a salesperson? Do you see yourself as somebody that can actually do the work? Do you see yourself as that? If not, what is in this gap? What needs to be worked through? What do you need to do in order to get there? Okay. So do you have any of these situations going on? Or do you just have a lack of clarity? Like you don't know what your mission is, you don't know what you want to do and how you're building this business, who your ideal client is, who you are looking for, all these things, right? There's a lot of skills that are needing to happen. And see, when you are first starting out, like I used to be 8 years ago, and you see only the end result that you want to see, whew, out of the sudden you start walking and all you can focus on is the lack of results. All you can focus on is doubt and shame and fear because you're not seeing results. But here's the trick. Okay, this is, hear me on that, please. It's not that you're not good enough. It's not that you are not skilled. It's not that you are not capable. You are more than capable to do that. It's the fact that all that, first of all, you don't know what is your next step, so you can't take it. Okay. Secondly, you don't know what your nervous system is offering you and how you work with those triggers. Those two obstacles is what's preventing you right now. That is what's preventing you from having a consistent sales strategy. And this is what's keeping you in overwhelm. And if you want to break through that, if you want to get out of that, what you need to do is you need to learn how to be having some strategy. You have to heal, figure out your identity. You have to connect who, what, when, how, and then you have to start working your habits accordingly. Okay, according to you, you have to build your own system. That is what I teach in the Freedom Mentorship, the Walk It Free Mentorship, where we heal, connect, and level up. I teach online entrepreneurs exactly how to develop that for themselves. This is why you are not this is why you are not applying, because it's hard to do it alone. You know you need to do something, you have these online courses, but you can't implement it because it is so much to be doing alone. Okay, and I know it because I've done it. I had to do it. I had no other choice. I had no one else that was believing in me. I had all the information and I had to dig myself through it, and I had to learn and practice. And this is why I developed the Freedom Mentorship, because I don't want you to have to do it alone. I have developed the system from 8 years of me working and figuring it out and playing and trying and realizing that it wasn't me. I just was too stubborn to give up. That's really what it was. There were many times during my 8 years of doing business, I was like, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I'm not meant to do this. But I tell you, I was, and I am. And I am also not just meant to be successful myself, but I am also meant to take you along with me, because you are meant to do that too. And see, I never had anybody that really believed in me, that said, you know what, I see you, keep coming, right? I never, ever, ever really had anybody that believed that I could do it. I had supportive friends, don't get me wrong. I had supportive friends, but a real accountability partner is somebody that says, listen, stop giving up on yourself. Keep steady. Keep doing this. Why are you swaying? Why are you here? Why are you doing that? Right? That is where that is what I developed with this mentorship. This is what I developed because I really truly believe this is what's needed for you to believe in yourself. Sometimes you need to borrow someone else's belief if your subconscious belief is not aligned with you yet. Okay. All right. So I hope this was helpful to explain as to why you're not taking the action, why you are not doing all the courses that you're supposed to do, and how this mentorship is actually different. So if you want to get out of the jungle that you are in and actually take action on your business, you've got to learn how to heal, how to align, how to connect with who and what and how. And then you have to learn with some accountability the actions that you're needing to take. And it takes some time. It takes some time. This is not something, that's why it's a mentorship community and a subscription, because it takes time to build. It's not something you have in one course. It's not something that, it has to be interactive too. You have to be able to ask questions. You have to be able to get in and work with it and get into the messy and get back out, right? I mean, it's a work in progress. So if that is something that you're interested in, let me know in the comments. If you want to learn more about the nervous system and how to reset it, check out the nervous system reset guide in anywhere in the links over here. There's a free guide that I have that you can in the bio probably. Go check that out and download that and get started, and then we'll see you on the other side.